Welcome to Mix It Up Monday. This time I had a request. We're going to do Opera Pink and Quinacridone Gold. We're going to see what happens when we mix those colors up. On this side of my little chart, I have the different percentages that we're going to use. And then we're going to do a wet on wet at the end. So let's open up these paints and we'll get them going. Opera Pink, very bright, hot pink. Yeah, this one will really add a lot of life to your paintings if you really want something bright. It's not quite fluorescent, but it's pretty close. It's very, very bright. And the Quinacridone Gold, love this color. It just literally glows. It's so pretty. I like to use this one a lot. So let's see what happens with these two. Okay, so first we'll start by just adding, well, I should rinse my brush off. Let me see if I can't mop that out of there, because that'll mess up our whole experiment. So I'm just going to take some of this little toilet tissue and try to get that dirty water out of there and get back to our pink. There we go. That's our pink. Okay. Rinse my brush off a little better. Must have hit something still in it. Okay, that's better. Alright, so we're going to get a couple nice brushfuls of just pure water. And I'm making this the consistency of maybe like whole milk or a cream, like a cream. It's more thicker because we're going to end up using it mixed with more water. So I'm going to start out and put just the color there. And I'm rinsing my brush. And just taking water now and bringing it down so we can see how soft of a pink it can make. Pretty in a flamingo would be pretty, huh? Okay, so this is the Quinacridone and I am the gold. Mixing this up too with a couple nice brushfuls of water. There, get it into that kind of cream consistency. And we'll just take a little bit here. Rinse out my brush. And then just with plain water, come down and see what that looks. Look at that color. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. Love this color. Yes, because it just glows. I mean, look at it like from its pure state, right, you know, down into this middle state there. It's kind of looks like glowing to me. Okay, so we're going to start out, put a little dot next to our percentages so we know how much of each one we used. And just see what it looks like just out of the tube. So we got a bright, bright pink. Opera pink. Rinse my brush out. And let's do the same thing with the Quinacridone Gold, just out of the tube. A little bit of water. This is what it looks like. Very pretty. Okay, so now we're going to mix. Oops, I forgot to put my little gold on my percentages. There we go. So now we're going to mix the percentages. So I'm going to do 75% of my Opera Pink. And try to measure out about 25% of the gold. And I'm just eyeballing it. Oh, and we get a very beautiful orange. Darker on the one side, so I really get a lot of paint there. And then rinsing my brush, and then just with water I'm coming back and bringing it out to the edge. Interesting, because as you water it out, that gold is really shining through, isn't it? Pretty. Okay, so now in here I have 75% of the Opera Rose and 25% quinacridone gold, which means we need to add more of the quinacridone gold to make it 50-50. So let's just add a little bit more of that in there and mix it up. Put it on our card here. That gold is really prominent, I think. Considering how bright that pink is, I was expecting that pink to shine through more. But look at, we got a really nice, it's kind of like a golden sunshine color here into a nice soft kind of sand color. It'd be pretty on a beach color, wouldn't it? Okay, so now we're going to do 25% of the pink. Rinse the brush off, come into our quinacridone gold, and we're going to do 75% of the quinacridone gold. A little bit more. Okay, let's see what we get here. So this is more gold and less pink. Rinse my brush off. Come back with some water and bring it out. That's pretty too. Nice golden, beachy color to me. Sand color. Gold. Now let's see how it dries a little bit. That one's so pretty. Love that 75% pink. I'm going to have to use that. Probably use them all. So I'm just drawing me a little shape just so that I can get... so when you do wet on wet, so it's going to just be water. And we'll just put some random wider so it can spread out a little bit more over here. And we're going to keep it kind of confined in our little shape here. Okay, so now I'm just going to take the opera pink and kind of put it in my... there, and then I'm going to take it and put some on the here where it's more wet and it can spread and mix more. And then I'm going to take my Quin Gold, whoops, nudging it around, moving it a little bit, letting it mix some. Get all those colors in there. And I'll take some of the Quin Gold and mix it into this one also. A little bit more intense of the pink. There we go. Okay, we're just kind of letting it do its thing and mix up with all the other colors. And we get shades of this color, like I have some here where it's lighter and more watered down. Maybe if I blended these together, I can get that color there. And some of these softer golds, and then this one here, which is kind of a brown, but that looks like a good color for sand. This is kind of blending up into that, so we have to kind of look up here. And then here it is a little bit more intense, just dropped in. All right. So there we have Daniel Smith's Opera Pink and Quinacridone Gold mixed together for our Mix It Up Monday. I want to thank you for joining me. Leave a comment if you'd like me to try a certain color for you, and I'll do my best to do that for you. It helps, so if you don't know if you want to spend the money and buy in all of these colors, this way you can kind of pick and choose and build your collection. All right. Well, thank you. Thanks for joining me, and until we meet again, I hope that you have lots of peace and love in your life. Bye-bye.